component, and one of those was when I met Deb. I knew really, really early on in our relationship that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. I just knew it. She didn't know it. She had absolutely no idea, by the way. She took a lot of convincing, but let me give you an example of my relationship with Deb. So Wolverine, right? We got some Wolverine fans here tonight? Yeah. I hope you're not only Wolverine fans. It could be a long night. I'm just saying. I know when I say Wolverine, a lot of people think of this. That's how I get out of the bath every day. But I want to take you back. It's easy to think of these, 9 movies, 17 years, I get it, but let me take you back to the beginning, shooting in Toronto, X-Men 1, 1999. 5 weeks into shooting, I was on the verge of being fired. I haven't told this story for obvious reasons, but the head of the studio pulled me aside at lunch one day and said, listen, we're really worried. We're not seeing on camera what we saw in the audition. It's like there's a lampshade over the light. The very next day, the director pulled me aside, gave me the exact same speech, including the lampshade over the light thing, the whole thing, right? And I'm like, oh, they're clearly talking, this is it, I'm about to get fired. And I was angry, I was humiliated. I went home. This was by far the biggest break of my career, right? And I went home to Deb that night and I was complaining to her, like Olympic level complaining about everything. This person, that person, I've never read the comics before, blah, blah, blah. She listened to me very patiently for about an hour. And then she just she put her hand on my shoulder and she said, babe, trust yourself. You're worrying way too much about what everybody else is thinking. You just need to focus on the character, trust your instincts, you got this. And she was right. Of course she was right? Of course. But to me, honestly, that is love, right? Someone who believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. And this whole show is dedicated to Deb and the kids, but right now, I would like to sing the songs which we had our first waltz at our wedding. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless she loves you. All the way, happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. That's how it's gotta feel. Deeper than the deep blue seas. That's how deep it goes, if it's real. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you. Describe Deb to someone who's never met her before. I always tell the story of us at the Peninsula Hotel in Los Angeles. We were having lunch in their very, very swanky, upscale restaurant in the lobby. We were in one of those booths sitting next to each other. And on the other side of this restaurant was a very, very debonair gentleman. He was tall, dark, smiling man in an evening suit, bow tie, right? And he was staring straight at Deb for a long time. And I didn't know who he was. I looked over at Deb and she had this look on her face that I've seen many times before. It's a look of panic. It's that, oh, I know this guy. What's his name? I can't even remember where I met him. This is so embarrassing. Please don't come over. Oh, what's his name? Don't come over. Don't come over. And he starts coming over directly towards us, right? And just as he goes to reach out his hand, Deb can't take it any longer, so she just leaps up out of the booth and just gives him this massive hug. Darling, how are you? How are the kids? How's the family? It's been so long. There's a really awkward silence as they part because the guy just kept reaching his hand towards the table to pick up the plates because he was the busboy. That's my baby. When somebody needs you, it's no good unless she needs you. All the way through the good old years and the wrongs in between years. Come love me. is this alright?